So what if you could learn how to build and create wealth through your own debts and expenses? And you could do that without working any harder, working any longer, or taking on any additional risks. Well, that's exactly how you can use your infinite banking policy. One question I get asked all the time is, what should I do with my infinite banking policy? How should I use it? Where should my money go? How do I do this thing? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to show you some of the best ways to make a lot of money and build a lot of wealth using the infinite banking concept. Let's dive in. Number one, the best way to start with your infinite banking policy is the way I started. I looked at my budget. I looked at where all my money was going every single month, and I saw the first problem. I was leaking too much money to everybody else. Think of being in a boat, and you're trying to row across the lake, but your boat's got a bunch of holes in it. So you're constantly spending all your time bailing the water out. It's going to take you a long time to get to the other side, but if you patch all those holes, your boat will make it, and you won't waste any additional time. The same thing with building wealth. When you're building wealth, the biggest deterrent to you building wealth is your debts and expenses because you're leaking too much money to somebody else. So the first thing we want to do is build up money inside the infinite banking policy. Then take loans from your policy, from your bank, and pay down the debts. And as you pay the debts off or pay them down, we want to take the amount you no longer owe to the debtor and recycle and recapture that money back to your bank. Over time, and it does take time. For me, I got into this, I had lots of debts. It took me years to recapture all the money that I was giving away. But I'm happy to tell you that wealth is a marathon, it is not a sprint. And for me, it was no different. Those couple years were tough. I was saving and I was trying to pay off debts. I was strapped, but I stayed true to myself and I stayed true to this concept. And you can do the same thing. You can absolutely do the same thing I did because I was no different. Matter of fact, my first policy was $240 a month. Yours is probably more, but that's all I could save. So that's all I could start with. That's the first place we start because until you fix the holes in the boat, you can't move on to the next step. But let's go on to number two. Let's buy some cars. Come on, I mean, who doesn't like cars? I might have a little bit of a car problem. I always have since I was a kid. Come on. Any of you guys or gals watching this right now, be honest with yourself. How many of you have the poster of the Lambo or the Porsche on the wall? Really? Come on. Now, I know you're not all too young to remember that. Mine was a red Lamborghini. I think there might have even been a pretty girl leaning on it. That was a thing from the 80s. Now, I'm a bit older than you, but we all love cars. But how nice would it be to be able to drive the cars we want, but yet get all the money back for every single car we buy, drive, and own? Well, it's super easy to do. If you've been following my videos, I teach how to do this all the time. I think I've done this with 6 or 7 cars, including the brand new G-Wagon I just bought. That's right. My infinite banking policy bought the G-Wagon. But you know what? The $2,200 a month payment that I would have had to have paid to some other car finance company goes back into my bank. You know, it's different when you buy cars with your bank because every dollar that you used to give away now comes back to your bank. So every month I have $2,200 extra in my bank. Now, I'm not saying a G-Wagon is where you start. It's not where I started. My gosh, I started with a $25,000 car and my payment was a little under $500 a month. And I've ramped up to this point. But I got all the money back for that first car, and then I went on to the next, and the next, and the next. And then my wife's push gift, which was a Porsche Cayenne, we just made the payments back. This is another great way for you to use your infinite banking policy. But you always have to stay focused on this. Too many people come to me and they say, well, why would I take money from my policy and pay cash for a car and then pay monthly payments back? I mean, that was my money that I saved. Why would I make monthly payments? First off, I want to slap the person that says that because they simply don't understand what being their own bank even means. They just want to steal from their bank. And the number one thing you need to understand is never steal from your bank. Treat your money the same way you would treat someone else's bank's money. And if you are okay making a payment back to the bank that you pay today, hey, why would you have a problem making a payment back to your bank, even if you did have to capitalize your bank first? There's not a business out there that doesn't require capital before it ever makes a penny. Most businesses lose money for the first 5 years. Folks, you're creating your own banking system. You're not going to lose money for 5 years, but maybe for the first 3. You're not willing to give up 3 years so that for the rest of your life you have a perpetual tailwind behind your money, and that is called compound interest? Well, if that's not you, well then stop watching this video right now. Because the only people I want to help are people that are sound and true, and people that don't want to steal money from their own bank. And if that's you, let's buy some cars. Number 3, let's invest in great opportunities. You know, COVID. We all remember going through it. It's a weird period of time. I'm from New York, so it was like locked down. I know California and New York were the worst, but during that period of time, some interesting opportunities presented themselves. If you remember, the stock market fell 34% in a matter of weeks. It was like every day was thousands of points shedding from the S&P 500. So for me, as I watched this happening, being a Wall Street guy, I'm like, whoa. Like, whoa. I watched Tesla fall and fall. I watched Southwest Airlines fall and fall. I watched Apple shed value. And there really was no fundamental reason outside of the world was in a weird place. There was fear everywhere. And these companies, although they were still profitable, still fundamentally sound companies, they were shut down like the rest of the world. So what did I do? Well, I got greedy when everybody else was fearful, just like my boy Warren Buffett told me to do. He didn't say do the opposite. He said when everybody else gets fearful, you should be fearful. He said, heck no. When everybody's scared, get greedy. So what I did is I went in, I took a loan from my IBC policy. I put that money in my TD Ameritrade account, and I said, what stocks should I buy today? And all I did is I invested in companies I knew, liked, and understood. Apple. I've read Steve Jobs' book. I'm on the 5th read of it right now. So of course I understood Apple, their culture, their products, and I used their products. So I understood that. Tesla. I understood Tesla. I understood Elon. I've read different things about him. I felt like I was connected with his mission and his company. Southwest Airlines. I was flying all over the place prior to COVID, and I flew Southwest all the time. I loved their storytelling. I loved the airline, and they just were profitable the way they ran it. So I bought all 3 of those stocks, and I bought them using a loan from my policy. So what did I do? Well, I bought them, and then every one of those stocks that I bought, I said, when it hits this price, I'm selling it. And when it hit that price, you know what I did? I sold it. I didn't sit there and say, oh, I think it's going to go higher. It's going to go to the moon. I didn't get greedy. I just sold. And I made big returns. And I got criticized back then. They said, oh my God, why did you sell Tesla there when you could have held it and made way more? Folks, when you invest with a set of rules. This is what I've learned. This is what I've done as a profession and also personally. And when you follow rules that you set for your investing, you make a lot of money. So when I sold those stocks, you know what I did with the money? I put it back into my policy. I repaid the loans, but there was a bunch of extra gains that I made on those stocks that I couldn't put back into my current banking system. I only had a couple policies at that time, and they could accept no more money. So what did I do with that extra profit? That's right. I expanded my banking system. I took that extra profit I made, and I started the next banking policy, the next IBC policy. And then I just never stopped. I never slowed down. So when you talk about great opportunities, folks, I just talked about COVID and what happened during the pandemic. But I got some good news for you. The recession's already started. Pretty soon, coming to a theater near you, stocks are going to be tanking again. And the same opportunity that I had then is going to happen again, maybe even more. So get yourself ready, get your banking policy funded, and let's start buying some stocks as they tank. It's an opportunity, and everybody else is going to be scared. So it's time to get greedy. The 4th one, let's invest in our own business, right? So one of the most important things to invest in is yourself, your ideas, your dreams. Don't listen to somebody else try to get you to conform to their failed reality, their failed dreams. You don't want to be a conformist that follows the leader and follows everybody else because they say that you shouldn't do what you want to do, because they say your idea is stupid. Kid, you'll shoot your eye out. Well, go try. Because you're a creator and you got to start creating, and that is your business. So create a business that solves a big problem. Create a business that solves a problem for somebody else. But your business is going to require money. But if you've got your own bank, giddy up and go. Take the loan from your policy and lend it to your company at a rate of, let's say, 6%. Charge your company 6%. And if your company can't make the monthly payment, you're the bank. Say, no problem, company. Catch up with me next month. Oh, next month is a rough month? Hey, no problem. Get me next month. You're in control. So when you're in control, your business can thrive. When they're in control, your business can't thrive. And the fifth thing, which is what I mostly do today, is a private lender. Almost everything that I put into my IBC policies in today's world, outside of our vehicles that we fund, almost every other dollar is lent out through the Private Money Club. Private Money Club is the dating site for money. People with money meet people that need money. We come together, we make babies, and those babies are called interest payments and profits. That's right. You can call it what you want, but that's what it is to me. All the money from my policy, I take loans, I lend it to real estate investors on deals that I know, like, and understand, and on deals that I take a first lien position. Because, hey, that movie Talladega Nights taught me one thing. Ricky Bobby's dad said, son, if you're not first, you're last. Well, damn it, I'm going to be first. So I'm always first. And because of that, I have yet to lose money on any one private lending deal. And even if I did, I got the piece of property that I can just take back. Folks, those are 5 ways to use your infinite banking policy. Let me just recap them really quickly for you. First, you should use your IBC policy to recycle and recapture the money that you're giving away to everybody else. Second, let's go buy your cars. And if you already have a car, let's pay the car off and make the payment back to your bank. Third, let's invest in great opportunities. Hey, good news. The recession just started by technical terms. Don't listen to the gurus saying that they're changing the definition of what a recession is. We're in one, and the markets are going to go down, creating opportunities. Fourth, let's invest in our own business. Let's go solve a big problem for somebody, and let's do it by creating our dream, which is our business. And number 5 is the ultimate. The ultimate in real estate is being the bank, so become a private lender. Use privatemoneyclub.com as your resource. It's the best because it's the dating site for you and for them to come together and, again, make pretty little babies called interest payments and profits. So, folks, those are the 5 ways to use your infinite banking policy, and I hope you like those because my name's Chris Naugle, and I'm here to teach you how to be the bank. So if you like this video, then check this one out. It's epic. It's the first law of wealth. Pay yourself first. The title of the video is How to Save 10% of Your Money. Sounds boring, but it's not, and it's the first step. So check it out. We'll see you on the next episode.